Calaroga Shark Media.
Hello and welcome to Palace Intrigue. I am your host, Mark Francis. Kate Middleton made an emotional return, speaking candidly about her challenging year during the annual Together at Christmas service at Westminster Abbey. In a heartfelt moment captured by Channel 5 News, singer Paloma Faith asked the princess about her health. Kate replied, "I didn't know this year was going to be the year that I've just had," nodding as Faith responded, "The unplanned." Acknowledging the hardships faced by many, Kate added, "But I think lots of people this year have had such challenging times." Prince Louis melted hearts with a touching message dedicated to his grandparents. As the Wales family visited the kindness tree, where attendees could leave ornaments honouring loved ones, Louis clutched his decoration, which featured a handwritten note. His message read, "Thank you for Granny and Grandpa because they have played games with me." The young prince was later spotted carefully placing his ornament on the tree, a moment that captured the warmth and love within the royal family during a year of challenges. The Kate is Wonderful writers got to dust off their pens for the first time in months. CNN let us know that Kate was stunning in a red coat adorned with a black bow and buttons, and the picture of elegance as she arrived at Westminster Abbey for the 4th annual Together at Christmas service. The Abbey was beautifully adorned with wreaths featuring red ribbons and Christmas trees from Windsor Great Park, generously donated by King Charles. The service, attended by a congregation of 1,600, celebrated individuals who have exemplified love, kindness and empathy in their communities. The evening featured movie readings, including an excerpt from A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens, read by actor Richard E. Grant. Fellow British actors Sophie Okonodo and Michelle Dockery also contributed, while the Prince of Wales and Olympic gold medalist Adam Peaty delivered readings of their own. Musical highlights included performances by breakout British singer Olivia Dean, American musician Gregory Porter, and pianist Rosie Chan. Carols were sung by the Westminster Abbey Choir, filling the historic venue with festive warmth. This year's service also honoured 5 veterans, marking the 80th anniversary of battles that helped end World War II. D-Day veteran Bernard Morgan, a codebreaker who landed on Gold Beach in 1944, lit a candle in remembrance. The event will be broadcast on UK television on Christmas Eve as part of Royal Carols Together at Christmas. Prince William made a surprise visit to the Passage in London to serve Christmas dinner, earning admiration from guests at the charity for the homeless. Leo Scanlon, a client of the organisation, called the prince a legend for spending over an hour serving vegetables, chatting with guests and posing for selfies. Leo told Daily Mail, "When you're homeless, you become invisible, but having someone like him talk to you, not for a photo op, but because he cares, means a lot." The visit, kept unannounced for privacy, saw William stepping in quietly through a side gate before rolling up his sleeves to help with the charity's Christmas lunch. A patron of the Passage since 2019, William first visited the charity in 1993 with his mother, Princess Diana. One moment that stood out was William's interaction with a man who had face tattoos. Though staff encouraged him to move on, William insisted on speaking with a man searching for him after he briefly stepped outside. He wouldn't leave until he had the chance to sit and talk to him, Leo recalled. During the conversation, Leo even told William he wore his favourite Spice Girls t-shirt in his honour, referencing the prince's recent encounter with Victoria Beckham at a state banquet, a comment that made the prince laugh. Leo praised William's sincerity, saying, "He looked you in the eye, listened and cared. He wasn't there for the show, he meant it. When he says he's committed to ending homelessness, I truly believe him." After the glamorous state banquet held at Buckingham Palace for the Emir of Qatar and his wife, the mystery of what happens to the event's flowers has been revealed. According to the palace, the stunning floral displays, which included seasonal flowers arranged in silver gilt centerpieces, will not go to waste. Instead, the flowers, sourced from the Windsor Home Park and Orchard Garden, will be donated to Floral Angels, a charity supported by Queen Camilla. Floral Angels, based at the New Covent Garden Flower Market in London, will repurpose the blooms, delivering them to hospices, elderly care homes, and shelters, ensuring that the beauty from the royal event continues to brighten the lives of those in need. King Charles gave tourists in London a royal surprise during an unplanned walkabout in Notting Hill. The 76-year-old monarch was visiting St. Peter's Church to thank volunteers supporting the Disasters Emergency Committee, a visit kept discreet for security reasons. When spotted by onlookers, cheers erupted, prompting the king to mingle with the crowd. Upon learning that a group of tourists was visiting from Texas, Charles responded with a jovial, "I don't believe it," before asking, "Are you having an enjoyable time in London?" The spontaneous interaction was a charming moment in an otherwise low-key royal outing. More on Palace in just a moment. Speculation continues to swirl about the Duke of York's financial situation, with sources now claiming that King Charles is privately funding his brother's lifestyle. According to one source, allegedly within royal circles, it's the king who has stepped in to cover Andrew's expenses. They told Mail Online, Andrew just doesn't have that many friends anymore. He barely goes out. He's not that welcome anywhere. So it's got to be family. And the obvious person is the king. I mean, why would anybody who's not family want to give him money when they're not going to get anything out of it except a lot of flack? Another source, reportedly a guest at Royal Lodge, suggested that Charles personally ensured Andrew could continue living there, using his private funds rather than public money. They claimed, Charles has paid for it all. The king has cleared it. It's all done. The Daily Mail's Charlotte Griffiths adds, wealthy names from the Middle East to the Russian steppes have been in the frame, but now I can reveal that there are some in aristocratic circles who believe the prince's secret patron is someone far closer to home. In fact, he may own a rather grand property right next door, Windsor Castle. They suspect the eviction threat is an elaborate double bluff by the king. I have heard from multiple sources that, far from cutting Andrew off, Charles has personally cleared his errant brother's bills for his upkeep and promised his Royal Lodge woes are taken care of, enabling him to stay there for the foreseeable future. As Christmas approaches, royal commentators are debating whether Andrew will again be allowed to walk with the royal family to church at Sandringham on Christmas morning. Last year, he joined King Charles, Queen Camilla, his daughters Princess Beatrice and Eugenie, and his former wife Sarah Ferguson for the public journey to church. The Times reports that if Andrew is included this year, it could signal he hasn't been entirely sidelined. However, royal writer Stephen Bates warns that this does not necessarily indicate a full reconciliation between the brothers. Bates explained, Charles has a clear sense of the damage Andrew has done to the institution of monarchy. Sources close to King Charles dismissed the claims, with one telling the Daily Beast it was dinner party speculation and gossip. Royal security concerns are under scrutiny after recent breaches at Windsor Castle. Royal expert Kinsey Schofield said, it is quite scary for the people that live within the Windsor Castle grounds. It's disappointing to discover how ineffective security measures have been. British broadcaster Jonathan Sacerdoti told Fox News Digital the ease with which the perpetrators breach the security perimeter underscores vulnerabilities that could be exploited for more sinister purposes. This breach is unlikely to drastically change how William and Catherine live their lives. However, it may lead to intensified security protocols around their residence. Meanwhile, it has been revealed that Prince William sought to manage the situation discreetly. Royal commentator Neil Sean shared that William only informed Prince George about the breach. According to Sean, William was very keen to keep this under wraps until the situation was concluded, as he didn't want to cause any alarm. Police have not ruled out that this could have been an inside job. The burglars knew exactly where to find the stolen equipment. A brazen robbery at Paris's Cognac J Museum on November 20th resulted in the theft of 7 valuable items, including 2 priceless snuff boxes from King Charles Royal Collection Trust. The museum, located in the historic Marais district, was hosting the Pocket Luxury exhibition when 4 masked and gloved thieves broke in during daylight hours, smashing display cases with axes and baseball bats. Among the stolen artifacts is a lapis lazuli snuff box gifted to King George V for his 55th birthday in 1920. The Royal Collection Trust described it as a cartouche-shaped box featuring gold mounts and an agate base, believed to be the work of German artisans from the 18th century. The second snuff box, even more ornate, is encrusted with nearly 3,000 diamonds backed by coloured foils in pink and yellow hues. Acquired by Queen Mary in 1932 for £1,000, equivalent to approximately £59,000 today, it is attributed to the Fabrique Royale in Berlin during the reign of Frederick the Great. The city of Paris confirmed the robbery, which unfolded while visitors and staff were present. Investigations are being conducted by France's anti-banditry police unit alongside museum officials. Initial reports estimated the value of the stolen items at around £830,000, but authorities are still finalising the assessment. And there you have it. If you'd like to email us, our address is thepalaceintrigue@gmail.com. Please follow us on Spotify, Apple, or the app of your choice, and write a review or leave some stars if you're enjoying the show. Don't forget, you can get this show commercial-free along with hundreds of others from Calaroga Shark Media. Hey, why not give it as a Christmas gift to one of your dear Palace Intrigue friends? And you can get shows like 5 Good News Stories. It's our new breakout hit. It's all just good news for this nice good news time of the year. Check it out, 5 Good News Stories, wherever you get your podcasts like this one. I'm Mark Francis. My thanks to John McDermott. This is Palace Intrigue, and good times.